I'm not calling to start a war, but you keep pushing my buttons down to the core. I keep trying to play your game, but whether you're cheating or stealing, it's just the same. You're never gonna find another one like me. Doesn't matter how much you beg or plead. You're never gonna find another one like me. Girl, you got some blind eyes, can't you see? Baby, we were made for each other. Don't you ever let your mind drift to worry. Just lay your head down, carefree. If anyone here gives you any trouble, I'll just have to break out my stampede. I'll break out my stampede. I'll break out my stampede. You're never gonna find another one like me.
Check 1 2. Check check check.
It doesn't matter.
I think we got it going. Get my levels here. Okay, you guys can see me, I think. Let's see, it seems to be working. Boom. Alright, so I just spent the last insane amount of time figuring this out. And first thing I wanted to do, holy cow, what a relief. First thing I wanted to do is give a shout out. One of the viewers really helped me figure this all out. And you should go check out his YouTube channel because he put up a video that was very helpful. His channel and name on Instagram is, and forgive me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, Tano Brock, TanoBrock. Super helpful, insane amount of time he spent helping me for no reason. So, yeah, thank you guys for everything. And, shoot me some questions. I've never done a live stream before and wanted to try it out. This whole setup is kind of interesting. I'd like to be able to do this more often, but like just everything down to the ergonomics of it all is very to see the screen and whatever. So let's see. I think, let me know if you guys can see me in on, like, you can see me on the camera. Right now you should be able to see the camera and hear me okay. We've got Dimitri says, great content. I'm giving my own fight with my studio, constant upgrade, never satisfied. Do you feel the same sometimes? Yes. Yeah, not only is that an existential problem, but it's also, something we all deal with as engineers, producers, musicians, studio owners, but it's not even unique to the home studio realm. As I've mentioned in several of my videos, I've worked at several commercial studios, and it's the same thing. Hold on, I'm going to turn this high pass on. See if that's better. Okay. I've worked at several very large commercial studios, and it's the exact same thing. You get the best rooms, the best consoles, the best gear, mics, and you still can't find the headphone adapters. Sorry, my dogs are. You still can't find the DI boxes. You still can't find, whatever it is that you're looking an extra small mic stand. So it's even when you have it all, technically, it's just you're never ever. It's never done. What's interesting is now that I do all my work here. It's in a strange way the first time I've ever worked in a studio where everything works, except for the streaming situation earlier. That was hilarious. But this is the first time that I can go around and I can actually record. I can my mic pre's work. All of my inputs and outputs work. Like everything works, and it's such a cool. It's such a cool experience, even when you're working on like an old big Neve console, and there's 40 inputs, and they're just like the best sounding pre's. You're in awe of how great it sounds, and then you go to engage an EQ, and then the signal disappears. Like it's just it anyway. So yeah, that's a never satisfied, always happy when things work. Let's see. Raphael says favorite stuff from Slate All Access. Man, it's all really good. I very much kind of find things that I like and then stick with them and don't really, if I find a good plugin that I really like. I like the Slate Verb Classic Suite. I think it's called. Their Reverb plugin is really great. Not the lustrous plates, but the other one is just a really great reverb plugin. I use that a lot. I use the virtual mix rack. I use probably the plugins from Slate that I'm using the most frequently are the bus compressors, the virtual bus compressors, and those are awesome. The way that I work is very top down is what it's called. So putting things at the very, like in the mix bus or the master fader from the start. Like I'll put my processing on the master fader before I do anything else. And I always use the Slate virtual mix bus or virtual bus compressor on my mix bus every single time. Let's see here. So I wanted to try a couple things on this because I wanted to sort of see what I could get away with by doing this, and if we could try some more interactive stuff, I could show you some, like maybe get into some sessions or software and stuff like that. And then you guys can do like a Q&A sort of thing. Also let me know if you guys, I've been pondering the idea of doing longer form content. All of the stuff I put up now is very, very, I guess you could say produced. The videos are very similar in the format and how they're designed from beginning to end. And the goal is to not take up too much time and give you some value, like show you how to do something in the least boring way. That's the idea, is if I can not bore you but still like give you something you can watch in 10 minutes and be like, oh cool. So that's what I've been doing, but I'm also very interested in longer form stuff and interviewing other people and talking with other people about their work, life, career setup, what they do. Like I'm a drummer. I do the home studio thing. I have a lot of friends who are much better drummers and also have home studio setups. I'd love to talk to them about things I'm not comfortable with explaining to people, like tuning drums. You know, I do it and I'm very happy with how I do it, but I don't know how to explain it. So I'd love to do some stuff where I can talk with other people who I feel like are more qualified than me about what they do and put that stuff up. So let me know if you guys would like that. Also, make sure to smash the like button. It's kind of a joke at this point, but hit the like button. Helps the channel so much, and thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's see what we got here. Cheapest piece of gear that you could not live without. The SM7. It's not that cheap. I guess SM57 would probably be a cheaper piece of gear, but the SM7, hands down the best. Yeah, I've said it in a couple videos. This mic you could use on anything. I'm using it right now. Sounds phenomenal for this. Sounds great on guitar amps. Sounds great on acoustic guitars. I use it a ton on acoustic guitars. One of my favorite acoustic guitar mics, as a matter of fact. Sounds great on electric guitar amps. Sounds great on drums, kick drum, snare drum. Did some sessions with Aaron Sterling where we used an SM7 on the kick-in mic and the snare top mic. So, yeah, definitely a killer microphone. And it's like $400. Also, this is the SM7, the original. I think the ones you can get now is the SM7B, but this is a really old version of that. Okay, what do we got here? What is the best audio interface for recording drums? I guess I would ask, what do you mean by best? There's, the best affordable interface would probably be something along the lines of a Scarlett, a Focusrite, because it's affordable and you can get 8 pre's, and if you, I don't know what they cost. I think they're like $300-400. If you can get 2 for $800, it's 16 inputs. Good to go. If you want something a little bit higher quality, I would recommend the Apollo. The Apollo, because of the unison pre's, the clocking, the onboard processing of their plugins, all of that is huge. So takes everything to a new level. And now with Luna, I did a Luna video where first impressions or something like that, and I did a few sessions with it, and obviously it sounds great, easy to use. Seems to be a very simple sort of program, but the monitoring, the ability when you're playing, when I literally record my drums sitting right there with my computer here, and I'll carry my mouse and keyboard back to the drums, and I can just see on my screen the mixer for console and Luna, so I can get my sounds and my levels while I'm sitting at the kit, and I can also monitor it through, and this is unique to the Apollo interfaces, I can low latency, no latency basically at all, with processing, recording to the computer. So that I think they, especially for like home studios, I mean, I'm sure you find these in more commercial studios because of the processing and the plugins, but these are by far like the best value for recording drums in home studio production. So yeah. Zapper, first of all, yo, what's up? What's up? Channel. Yeah. Sean Hurley from Ireland. Love your channel. I do a lot of drum recording in my studio. I'm interested in how you go about tuning your 18-inch kick drum. It sounds great. Could you do some content on drum tuning? I'd love to do that. Problem is I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to it. I know what I like to hear. I don't necessarily know what I'm supposed to do to make that happen. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's probably better. And then, oh, okay, that sounds really good. But I don't know what I'm doing or what. I'm not the right guy. But I've got a couple people that I do know who are just basically drum wizards, and I hopefully can do something with them through this live streaming interview situation sooner than later. Check out, I'm going to recommend a couple channels. Again, I wanted to give a shout out to Tano Brock. Go check out his YouTube channel and follow him. And then look up Jake Reed on YouTube. He is a session drummer in LA, good friend of mine. Drummed on some stuff for me. I've recorded him a bunch of times out there, but he is just a ridiculous drummer. He does a lot of jazz stuff, but he also does just all like hard rock. He does all kinds of whatever you need. Like, super nice guy, way more knowledgeable than me when it comes to drums. And yeah, I would say go. I don't think he does too much dialogue and talking on his channel. Hopefully I can encourage him to talk more about that, but maybe I can see if I can do a Q&A with him and I can put it up on the channel. Jake Reed. Love that man. I usually prefer long format videos. Yeah, me too. That's what I was thinking. I also, editing videos is kind of a pain in the butt. So I selfishly would love to spend less time editing and more time uploading. Looking to get into home recording. I'm a drummer too. Does it seem like the clients expect the top quality gear? If I can use the cheapest gear and get a pro sound, will they care? Slacker Stuff, what's up, bro? Welcome to the chat. Ryan Smith. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think there's one right answer for any of these questions, but I think obviously you, as the person drumming and delivering the product or the end results, are going to want the best results. So you're going to do, theoretically, you're going to do whatever you can to get the best recording and the best sound. So I think I wouldn't worry too much about what the clients expect. I would just worry about like getting a great sound. And figuring out how to get the best sound out of the room and the kit that you have with the gear that you have. And once you sort of figure that out, then it becomes really fun. And when it becomes fun, then everything's a lot easier. Yeah, I wouldn't spend too much time thinking about what the clients want. Sorry, I'm distracted here. Because there's a few thoughts on this. I sometimes this is true. Sometimes clients don't know what they want, and sometimes clients think they know what they want, and they don't, or they just it just gets confusing. So, what I always try to just do is just like have confidence in what you're doing and just tell them, like, I got you. Like, send me a reference of what you're looking for, and then do your best to match that reference and give them the best that you got. Because most like the layman person who doesn't work in recording or the music industry, they don't know anything, and they're just like, I want good drums, whatever that means. So, yeah, just worry about doing your best. Ryan, thanks for the question. Do you have a go-to ultra source? Andrew, do you have a go-to Universal Audio Unison plugin for drums? Yeah, the 610, which is stock when you buy. I haven't actually purchased any Unison add-on mic pre's from Universal Audio. I would like to have all of them. So Universal Audio, hook it up. I do not have all of them. I've thought about demoing one of the Neve ones. I want to do a bunch of stuff, but I'm kind of just taking it one day at a time. I'm sure the Neve Unison Pre sounds incredible. Rumble Studios, yeah, drum tuning. Your drum sound is great. Thank you. That's one of my favorite things to do. Have you thought about doing a podcast? Yes, Raphael. Yes. Yeah. So the streaming thing right now is kind of a test of gauging people's interest in just me rambling and my ability to just sit here and ramble, because I could do it forever, every single day, and that would be so sick. Once people get back together again, it would be nice to have people here and sort of do different conversations and even virtually. So today is a big test for seeing what I can do, virtually, and what people are interested in, because I really only know from what I've put out on my channel, which are just very specific videos. I'm also I would like to also put up some broader topics. The way I sort of pick what I talk about is really just what I would want to watch on. So, I make a lot of, from macro view, very similar videos. Usually record something about a home studio recording and drums, because I love watching that, and I love doing that and making that. So yeah, I would like that. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, hit the like button. We'll check those guys out. Cheers. Okay, Michael Engelking. Just about finished converting my backyard shed into a studio. Do you have any resources to guide me on room treatment? I'm going to assume when you say room treatment, what you mean is treating the room for the way that it's going to sound when you listen to music in here, because there's a sort of a confusion I've noticed in the comments on a lot of my videos, which is the difference between soundproofing and sound isolation and acoustic treatment. So just quickly, soundproofing has much more to do with the structure. Building a room where it's airtight, raised floor, separated ceiling, a wall, a room within a room. That's mostly just how do I keep sound from coming in and prevent the sound in here from going out. I did not do that with this room. I don't really care too much about that because of my situation where I live and what I do. I don't really have orchestral sessions or things that need to be super quiet. The most noise I hear is my dogs walking around, so it's pretty good. But yeah, no, as far as resources for room treatment, just YouTube, man. I understand I'm on YouTube and I talk about this stuff, but I just, whatever the specific topic is, I just look it up. Eric Valentine is one of the greatest producers to me, greatest engineers, a huge influence on me. He started a YouTube channel a while back called Making Records with Eric Valentine. Go check it out because it's ridiculous. He just basically hangs out at his studio and gives away all of his secrets for free for like 40 minutes to 2 hours. He'll just sit there and he'll just give away all of his secrets. And it's one of my favorite things I've ever found. He put a video up about tuning your room and your speakers. I think the video title is something along the lines of that. And that video, I watched it, I don't know if it's like an hour and a half long, but he just talks about his history, like building and dealing with control rooms and trying to solve that problem. And that was such a huge... I'm not even going to try to paraphrase what he explained in that video, but I watched the video and basically the conclusion he came to, I just took that conclusion and then built this room based off of what he came to. So yeah, go check out Making Records with Eric Valentine and look up the tuning your speakers and control room video and watch that because it's so much amazing value and information about room acoustic treatment and the specific insulation. I think he used the same stuff, the Rockwool Safe and Sound insulation in the walls. These walls are not like actual walls. They're basically giant bass traps. So I framed in essentially bass trap walls. Every single part of this wall that you see is insulation just wrapped in fabric. So yeah, that's a big thing. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question, Michael. Thank you for the question. The Zapper, I've been playing drums all my life, yet I'm trying to create a bedroom studio, and I don't have access to heavy dampening or insulation on getting a good semi-open natural drum tone. Blankets. Sheets, blankets. Just hang them from things. You know, you just gotta experiment. First thing that comes to mind is if you're in a bedroom, maybe like get some cheap curtain rods and just take sheets and hang them from curtain rods, and then you can sort of open and close the dampening of the walls, and you can sort of adjust how live and open the room sounds based off of if your curtains are closed or open. And you can use sheets to save money on curtains. That's what I would do. Let's see. Wow. Thank you guys for the comments here. This is crazy. Let's see. Wow. Hayden Dunlop. I just wanted to say that you are the Peter McKinnon of the audio world. Wow. That really hits home with me. Love that guy. If you guys don't know who Peter McKinnon is, you're missing out. One of my main inspirations for starting this channel was that man, because I realized I watched all of his videos about photography and making videos, and I had no interest in that topic, but still watched all of his videos. Peter McKinnon, awesome. The Sting, crazy. Did you ever really get into mixing vocals? I would like to see a video from it. Stay healthy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, as much as anybody who mixes does, I suppose. It really depends. Everything always depends. I feel like I just am constantly giving out the same non-answer in every video. The way you mix something, the way you record something, always really just comes back to the song. You know, what's the song require? What is it? What would be make the song the best? You know, as far as like how you treat a vocal, it's always the same for the most part. You know, processing, filtering, EQ, compression, and then effects. It's I mean it's really subtle things that make a really big difference, like distortion or saturation or parallel compression or automating, like when you're using, so I guess I've gotten into it a little bit. I'm not as obsessed with that as I am with like drum sounds and getting drum sounds and figuring out, like, I'm much more interested in that, which is obviously why every single video I do is about that. Yeah, maybe I'll do some videos on that. I want to check in on some of the mixes that I've done about the logistics of being able to show those sessions. I've got a lot of sessions I've done over my career that I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play them and open them up and kind of go through them. So I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. I love Telecasters. Hello, will you be doing a full mixing videos from start to finish with all instruments? That would be a very long video. Really appreciate your channel. Great content. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I probably will do some mixing, a hybrid of content on mixing. I'd like to do some, sorry if it's like disorienting with me over here. I need like another monitor. I'll probably do some individual videos on specific parts of mixing. Mixing is like such a huge, like, it just, there's so much that goes into it and there's always more to talk about. So I'd probably try to take little gems of things that I've learned that have really helped me accomplish this one thing and make that into a video. Yeah, I used to give like recording lessons, and I gave this woman a mixing lesson, and it was hours long, and you know, and I've got no problem talking about it. I'll talk about it, but at the end, she was just like, maybe I'll just hire somebody to do it, because it's like there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot, you know. But yeah, so I'll put some videos out, and I'll probably do some sort of interview live stream stuff with people. That's also, you know, part of why I'm doing this, is to see, like, if people want to see certain things, I could probably pull some stuff up. Let's see here. Boom. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing, so bear with me here. Just figuring this out. I'm going to mute this for 1 sec. So, hopefully the quality of this thing is not terrible. Let me know. I'm just curious, because I want to figure out how to do this as good as I can. How's the video quality? How's the audio quality? Yeah, because I kind of like it to be as good as I can. Okay, the Zapper. P.S. It's literally an apartment studio on a pretty tight budget. I'd rather invest in great drums for the gigs and such, but I really want a natural sound. Yeah, man. It's one of those things where you can pick 2 out of 3. You know, can't have the great drums, the great gear, and the great sounds, and cheap. You got to pick your battles. Hey man, Ramble and Coffee. Yeah, bro. Metal Theater. Love the studio, man. Thank you. Louis Romano. Wow, I just saw a video of you building the studio, and here we are. Good to see you are good, though. Thank you. What are your thoughts on adding a compressor into your mic chain going into your DAW compared to compressing in the box? Yeah, I've gone both ways on that. When I was working in East West, we did a lot of processing going in because we were just basically sitting on top of 1176s and Fairchilds, and there's a little bit of like, well, we have it, therefore we have to use it, like all of it. And sometimes it's good. The drawback is, sometimes you get caught up in the moment. Like I did a session one time, and there's a compressor called a Manley Varimu. It's a stereo compressor and or compressor and limiter, and I was using it on drums because I did a record with Weezer, and the producer brought it in. We were using it on his R88 on the overheads, name drop, and man, it just sounded so good. It sounded so good. And so I used the same chain on another project that was not the same. It was not a Weezer record. And, once you compress that going in, there's no uncompressing it, especially when you're got a fast attack and a fast release. So I don't know. I think I think it would be nice to have a distressor in here just to, if you're doing vocals, just to have a little bit of compression, soft compression going in. Enough where you still have plenty of dynamics to work with, but just something that sort of like helps solidify it. I'm open to it. I'm just much more sort of conservative with how much I'm using it. That was Polyphonic Groove. Thank you for the question. Putin's Handsome Twin. Thoughts on my drum mix? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you sent it to me or something. I don't remember. Sorry, Putin's Handsome Twin. Michael Cook, love your content. I'm starting drum videos myself, hopefully building up a studio when I get a house. I know a buddy in Nashville. Just started a page, Pocket Drums. His name is Brenton Miles. Cool. Good luck, man. Make videos. Every single one of you, start a YouTube channel, start making videos, because it's insane. It's super fun, and it's everything about it super insane. I actually want to make a lot of videos about making YouTube videos. So I'm probably just going to do that anyway, so expect that coming soon. If you have any questions or you want to see that, let me know to validate whether or not I pursued doing it, because I could talk about YouTube and making YouTube videos and how I shoot these videos and do all this. I'm obsessed with it. Okay. Yeah, not soundproofing, Michael. Yeah, exactly. Watch that. Check out that Eric Valentine video on the tuning the room. It'll blow your mind. I've probably watched it 3 times at this point, and it's an hour and a half long or something. Connor. Hi, Andrew. Any advice for junior engineers looking to get their name out there? Yeah, man. And it's not cool advice. It's just record music. Do a lot of it, as much as you can, as often as you can, with as many people as you can, and do your best. And learn from your mistakes. Try to always figure out new ways of doing it better. Work with people who are better than you all the time and learn from them. I've learned most of the great things that I know from standing over somebody else's shoulder who was better than me and going, oh, that is a great way to do that. Good idea. So yeah, shadowing people who are great and just by doing it all the time. You're going to suck for a while. There's a period of sucking. You just got to embrace it. And then when you get better, you go, wow, this is way better. Yeah, Mike Malone. Thank you so much for making these videos. I've watched every one you've made. Would you be willing to elaborate on your production for the video side of things? Yes, Mike, my man. Also one vote me for more home studio tours with fellow drummers. Yeah, man. Hey, as soon as we can all get back together, I'd be happy to. I love making those videos. They're fun videos. I love seeing other people's setups. I love talking about, it's funny. There's so many amazing creative people who make such great music with very little. Like I have, relative to a commercial studio, very little. Relative to the average person, I have a lot of stuff here. So it's amazing to me how many people can make tremendously great music and mixes and songs with like a laptop and a MIDI controller. I like doing videos of home studio tours for people who are very creative with, if it's drums or producing or writing or whatever, just to show like, hey, that they got a laptop and look what they're doing. I think that's really, I think it's inspiring to when you find out that somebody you look up to is just using like the same stuff you got. That's always cool. Yeah, and I want to make videos about making videos, as meta as that is. I'm very attracted to that. I've actually been debating whether or not I want to make an entire new channel where I just talk about that, because I could make 1,000 videos about YouTube and shooting videos and about cameras and lighting and editing and color grading, and I could literally do an entire other channel of about doing this. And then like the other side, like the financial side, the branding side, there's a lot of really, this is just absolutely incredible. Start a YouTube channel. Fingers and cream. Hey Andrew, thank you for the great content. What do you think of having a second pair of speakers like the Aventone Mix Cubes for fine tuning mid-range EQ and a mix? Oh boy, where did everything go? Holy cow, there's a lot of comments here, guys. Thank you for all these comments. This is ridiculous. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Done. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh, what did I do? All right. Let me find, where was that last one? Audio seems a cassette with hissing treble background noise, probably because too far from the mic. Yes, that is very true. I'm sorry, I'm moving around a lot. Looks and sounds killer. Okay, hold on. Fingers and cream. Okay. Yeah, second set of speakers is a great idea. NS10s, Aventones, whatever works for you. It'd be great if I had some NS10s in here. It's the more the merrier. Any tips for making the transition from mixing on headphones to speakers? just do it, and always double check. I'm sure you're doing this with headphones, but when you do a mix, no matter how you're doing it, just you're gonna get it to sound how you like it, and then you're gonna go somewhere else, and you're gonna hear it, and you're gonna realize whether or not you were really hearing it how it sounds, the way you were doing it, or you're finding flaws, like the low end isn't the same, or the high end, top end, or whatever it is. There's discrepancies. So yeah, if you're jumping into speakers, just start mixing on speakers, and don't spend too much time on the mix. Just get a feel. I made a video about this a long time ago. Do a mix and set a timer for like 30 minutes where you're just as an exercise, where you have to be done in 30 minutes, and then just do all the most important things that you can in 30 minutes, to where you could just be like, all right, this is a 30-minute mix. Then go in and check it on another set of speakers, or in like your car, or another place where you're familiar with the music, so you can tell, like, oh, there's something up with the low end, and then you're just going to have to sort of work it out. The technical way to do that would be to do sort of an acoustics frequency test, where you take like a sine wave and you go through the different frequencies, just blast it through your speakers, walk around the room, sort of figure out where frequencies are disappearing in the room and why they're doing that, and sort of put preventative measures in place to stop that from altering what you're hearing, room nodes and the such. Greetings from Brittany, France. Wow, greetings. Is SM7B good for? Yes, for everything. They said, is it good for any drum applications? Yes, I use it on hi-hat because it gives you a really smooth hi-hat. If you like really harsh and brittle sounding hi-hat, don't use it. It's very smooth. It sounds great on kick, snare. I want to buy like 10 SM7s and just make a video about using an SM7 on every drum and cymbal. I think that'd be hilarious and awesome. Chris Green, priority in shopping for drum set upgrades? Any particular priority order? Snare, kick, tom, cymbals? Whew. Yeah, man. Just evaluate what you have. Assess what could be better, what's the worst, and what needs to be, improved first. Snare, always a big one. Great sounding snare just grabs your attention right away. Kick and snare, huge. Cymbals, obviously overlooked by a lot of people, but incredibly important. Aaron Sterling gets the greatest cymbal sounds with the strangest pieces of material. Victor Eduardo Lopez, I'm starting my home studio. What do you think about the AT 2020, Audio Technica 2020? Do you already have the 2020? Is that a condenser mic? That is, yes, a condenser mic. I have not used that. I'm sure it's fine. The Audio Technica condenser mics seem to be pretty good. That's what I will say. I do not have any, but they seem to be pretty good. What next? Hallelujah, we're back. That's right. Rumble Studio subkick or condenser for bass out. For bass drum out, I'm guessing. It depends. I'm just going to go ahead and answer every question with one answer. The answer is it depends. Subkick is going to be much more sub frequencies. It's going to be much more of a rumble, and a condenser is going to have much more definition, as you would expect a condenser to have. So it depends. Are you looking for more rumble or more definition in the kick? Definitely two very different results that you will get for sure. So it's up to me. It depends on the song. What kind of song is it, and what's on the inside of the kick. Okay, Victor. Love your videos. Would love to know your setup for filming. Cool. I use a Canon EOS R camera and some super duper cheap lights that I got off of Amazon. These things. It's like a softbox I literally just put these. They're on the cheapest stands in the world. I just put floodlights in them that are 2700 Kelvin, so that it gives me that soft white look. They're cheap. I think it was $60 for 2 lights, 2 stands. Amazon. I don't know if I have that in the description or not. Okay. Looks like my camera battery is getting low, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna try and blast through some of these. Maybe in the next time I do a stream, if you guys are interested, I will do some more session stuff. Pull up something, and we can kind of go through it a little bit, whether it's mixed or just tracking. I will say, my session I did in Luna just came out phenomenally. It was, dude, the drum sounds are ridiculous. I would very, very happily walk you through that one. Okay. Alan Hunter. Watched the building studio video. Very cool. What did you use for the 2x4 baffles and wrap behind you? Alan, I did just 703 Owens Corning, just one sheet of it, and each of those. It's just very thin framing wood from Home Depot. I don't know what kind of wood it was or the size. It was maybe like 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches or something. 24 inches by 48 inches. Wrapped it with some Joann's fabric. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not good at that stuff. NS10 power amp suggestion from Dude Coop. Yes, the Bryston. Get a Bryston. I think I had the 4B or whatever, the Bryston 4 Bryston, whatever it is. That was so good. Or maybe it was the 3B. I don't know. Either of those are going to be great. I don't even know how to say this. Feech sorbet. Would you consider yourself a top tier ugly person or a bottom tier gorgeous person? Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe just under top tier ugly, I think. You know, I strive for the top of the ugly pyramid, but, you know, we can't always get what we want. Let's see. Will Monkeo. What part of Nashville are you based out of? North Nashville. North of downtown. Close to East Nashville. I saw you play bass KJC9 Trader. I saw you play bass the other day. As a drummer, you should know better than to use a pick. LOL. Yeah, I'm not a bassist, so I'm not good at using my fingers. So I just do what I can, and then I pay somebody who's better than me to do it right. Raphael, yeah, I watch it. Okay. Mike, do you know Tony Lucido? Lucido. He's a studio bass player in Nashville. I do not. Oh no, Inventor. I'm trying to rescue the erased hardware 3.7 terabytes. Lost 4 years of singing 1 hour every day. Yikes. That's a bummer. I can relate. Hey, Drum Away Man. What's up, dude? Favorite compressor for room mics, plug-in, and hardware? Great question. I always loved the Compex limiter. The Compex limiter on some room mics, if you're looking to really make those suckers pump, I know you use the Transient Designer. That's great. Transient Designer at the front of whatever compression is just so fun. Stereo Transient, man, I gotta give me some of those. Those really make recording drums and playing with drums super fun. KJC9 Trader just started following another YouTube dude, Colt Caparoon. You know of him? You're both awesome. I do not. Camarono Music. Hey Andrew, dig the channel. What was working with Blake? What was like working with Blake Mills? The best. I worked at that studio East West for 5 or 6 years, and one of the last sessions I did was with Blake Mills, and it was the first time he worked at that studio as a producer. I put up a video about it from then. We did 3 records. It was right after he produced the Alabama Shakes record, Sound and Color, I think is the name of it. And immediately after that record came out, it was January, and we did a John Legend record. I think it's called Darkness and Light or something. I always get it wrong. And that was incredible, absolutely incredible. The grade A top players, Pino Palladino, Chris Dave, like just the best dudes. Super talented, super fun, down to earth. Really, like I felt a little out of place because everything was just so good. Blake Mills, very talented, very great communicator, very chill guy. Love him. He's great. Amazing guitarist and musician also. Alan Hunter, absolutely. Videos and making videos. Lighting videos, switching between multiple cameras. Yeah, man. I'm in. I'm down. That's it. I only needed 2 people to say yes. Now I'm going to do it. Tano Brock, working. Yes, thank you. Thanks to you. Thanks, bro. Go follow Tano Brock. He put in his time and helped me. How do you make sure that your image is not reversed? I have no idea. I'm just looking at it, and it's showing up the same way that it always does. There's a mirror option in this that I can't find right now, but it's not selected, so I'm assuming I'm not mirrored. Opinions on recording school. Yeah, I got opinions. Just depends, man. How much money do you have? How much do you want to spend? I'd say if you can find a studio that is located in a place that's going to give you a lot of opportunities once you're done with that school, and that is not going to take more than a year, look into that. The school I went to, it was sort of perfect in the sense that it was in LA, in Hollywood, so it was surrounded by studios. And the program was 6 months, so I only had to spend 6 months in there to basically show up at a studio and say, hey, I went to a school, hire me. And I did an internship while I was in school. So when I went to that studio, which was East West, I said, they're like, cool, we'll bring you on as an intern. And I was like, I already did an internship. And they're like, oh, cool, well, we'll hire you. And I was like, great, yeah, that's better. I like that option more. Holy cow. Let's see. How do you stop buying plugins? I have a problem. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I've got a list. I actually have several lists of ways to spend money. So if anyone has any money that they'd like to spread around, I can help you spend it. I've got a lot of things that I can spend money on. Headphones for mixing drums. Currently using IEM's KKB drums. IEMs. I don't know, man. I've always used these headphones. The Audio Technicas. Oh, in-ear monitors. Yeah. These are the Audio Technicas M50s, and they're great. They're not super comfortable for a very long amount of time, and they've got their flaws, but it is what it is. I'm not a big headphones guy. Inventor. My best tip for home studio is buying very long cables so the computer's noisy brain remains outside of the room. Yeah. Yep. I have this desk from Output platform, and it's enormous. and I actually my computer's a Mac Mini, and I bought the Mac Mini mount to be able to hang it because the fan for the computer is on the bottom of it. So it's my computer's actually mounted underneath the back of my desk, so it's not on top. It's nowhere near me. And since it's underneath the wood, it's actually underneath two sort of layers, and the fan is on the bottom and it's hanging, it stays pretty cool and doesn't get loud. Usually the computers get louder when they're overheating. Yeah. Ray, yo, love your channel. Thank you. Thank you. What the deal is from Dallas, Texas. True fallacy. How do you stay fit? Just shoot videos with good angles so people don't see that you're not fit, I guess. And, try to eat right and exercise, like move. I found that when you move more often than not moving, it helps. You should check out the Soya's launcher. Sounded great on an SM7. Great on my. Is that? I'm guessing that's some sort of like a cloud lift operation. Yeah, I've used the cloud lift. Yeah, I'll check it out. Inventor television. Sony is the worldwide most heard speaker. Okay. Chris Green, thanks for reading my comment. I'm very interested in your YouTube video. Creating videos, color grading is foreign to me. Seems like it should be a simpler process, but never is. Yeah, I mean, gosh, every single video I make, I have this conflict of like, wow, this is the best video I've ever made, and then I also have simultaneously the thought of, wow, like this sucks, or could be that much better, Anyway, Polyphonic Groove, yes, would love to see your workflow. Simply Joseph, your studio looks cool. Thank you. What is the size of your studio? It is 20 feet by 13 feet. All right, Alan Hunter, thanks. Hey, man, how's it going? Clayton, good. Franco, hey, I love your video. Hey, new producers, what's up, guys? You're top tier hot, bro. Thanks. Thank you. Who doesn't know how to pronounce Feach Shore? What the? Don't do this. Secret says you're optimistic. Sure, nice to work with. It's the first time I watch your channel. Okay, thank you. What about solid state drives? They're awesome. They're great. I wish all of my drives were solid state drives. I've got a situation here. I made a video on it. Let's see. My camera's gonna die here any second, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. Colored cloud lifter. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, last one I see here, Oliver. I was looking into the Apollo X8P. Are you blown away by the quality of the sound? Does it deliver? Yes, it's great. It's more expensive than it is cheap, but it is a great investment. I'm very, very happy with it. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. We are running out of battery here, and next time I do this, I'll do some more stuff. I'll do maybe some dives into some projects, and more Q&A. If you guys are interested in this, please hit the like button. New producers, how did you grow on the channel so quick? Hit the like button. Tell people to hit the like button. It helps tremendously. Smash it. And drink lots of coffee. Okay, cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.